All right, traders, I am back again with another video. And in this video, I want to take a chance to show you, take a moment to show you about the Bitcoin US dollar. Where it is now is not where it is now, okay? It's not where you see it right now. But basically, I want to talk to you about the trade setup that we discussed and why we discussed it and what we thought would happen and why we thought this would happen. All right, because now the market is making a new 52-week high at this point. And I want to show you how we caught a trade at this level. All right, so basically we were using this Ichimoku here. We had TK crossover that was bullish. Everything was flat. So I kind of figured the market was going to be ranging between this lower red level and this upper red level. All right, so we had our Sunday session on the 18th, which was one more day here. So when we had our session on Sunday, this is where the market was. And at that time, I was telling you guys that you have the consolidation. So the market moves higher, consolidate, and then move higher. That's what we were looking for, the breakout and close above this consolidated level, okay? And when we see that, that's when we wanted to take our trade, because basically looking at Ichimoku, you had a TK crossover that was bullish. The clouds were flat, but you did have a future that was bright. But even though you had a future that was bright, you could see the clouds were flat. So you pretty much suspect the market to be ranging. We have no angulation anywhere here, all right, which is a major issue, but you can kind of see the levels where the market was pretty much ranging between. So you had this point, which was the high, and then you had this low where we couldn't break through for a couple attempts. And so we expected the market to move back up into this high area here, which we, could see would be the ranging level or the ranging area. Another thing we have on our chart was the VPT, which is your volume price trend indicator. So the volume price trend indicator, basically it's used to determine the relationship between price and volume, okay? So when you have a rising VPT, it means money flow is coming into the asset that you're looking at, the stock, the currency, whatever, all right? And when you have a VPT that is declining, then money flow is coming out of this. So basically, money flow is coming into this market. When you see a green VPT, basically the crossover, and it's green here. This one fills it in. There's other VPTs that are just a line, and you don't see that. But this one is rising with a crossover that's bullish, which means you have money coming into this asset. And then here money was going out of the asset. People were selling off. And you can see what happens. It drops to the downside. Then it was pretty flat here. But at this point right here, we could see that money was coming into the Bitcoin US dollar starting at this point. And you could see the market move higher. Money was still coming into the asset, but we were consolidating. So if money was still coming into the asset, then I would believe that we were going to break out of this consolidated area here. So we decided that if the market would close above this level, we would take the long, showing us that money is still coming into the asset. And the good thing is we had a crossover that was bullish. Yes, Kijun-sen was flat, but we never really went below Tenkan-sen, which is pretty major for us. So staying above Tenkan-sen, this level was holding support. You had support from the cloud and support from Kijun-sen at the lower level. And we were looking for the market to move higher. And the market did move higher. And I'm going to take you back to where we discussed this. And this is where you are now. Made a new 52-week high, blew out of the range level that I suspected. So gave a good opportunity. So my thought here and my whole concept is I really don't like to put out trade alerts. Okay, not per se, because basically a trade alert tells you we have this asset, get in here, take profit here, stop loss here. I kind of do that, but not just a trade alert. It's a trade setup. And if I don't send a trade setup out, the main thing is that we have a Sunday session where we cover all of these markets. So we cover all of the Forex market on Sunday and a couple of the crypto pairs, and then your silver, gold, and oil. All right. So we'll cover all of that. And in that time, we talk about this. So I want you to go back and look at the video. I'm going to take you back and let you see what we were talking about when we had the BTC USD. But my thing is, instead of me giving you these, okay, get in here, stop loss here, get out there, I feel that when you have this session on Sunday and we talk about this pair and I tell you what to look for, that kind of helps your trading even more, don't you believe? All right, because instead of just looking for levels, you're now looking for the market to see what the market's going to do. You're paying more attention to the market and you're looking at that level and you're deciding if you should get into the trade, when to get into the trade after we've already discussed it and you know the things to look for. So it's basically helping you earn while you learn if you're still learning. All right. And for those that aren't learning, then you know what to do basically. But that's why I feel these Sunday sessions, these Sunday webinars that we have every week is better than just getting a trade set up. Now, when this triggers, I could just send you out a trade set up and say, all right, get in here, get out here, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's that. I don't like that, only doing that. So therefore, that's why we have our Sunday sessions. And that's why it's so important to see the Sunday session. And if you miss the Sunday sessions, the videos posted for you to watch and you can see what you may look for throughout the market. So you even see all the Forex market and you know the trade setups to look for. And then now when I send you a trade setup, you already know, you've already seen it. All right, so let's go back and look at what we were talking about. All right, but I really like using this VPT, basically a volume indicator, pretty much helps you to understand the volume, what's coming into the market. And yes, a lot of people talking about volume is not accurate on Forex. Well, I'm not going to get into that right now, but I'm going to prove to you that the volume is accurate, not accurate, but the volume is meaningful. Okay. And we'll get into that on another video because I'll really have to explain it to you. But also when you're looking at, we're using TradingView and how many brokers are using TradingView. So you're getting a sum of what pretty much you see some of the market otherwise. All right. So you're getting a pretty good idea of what's happening with that volume. All right. And tick volume in Forex is really something that is reliable also. All right. So we'll get into that on another video, but I want you to go back and I'm going to take you back and let you look at what we were talking about. And then from there, I'll come back and say, see you later, 5,000. All right. So let's go. BTC USD. Money coming into this market, bouncing off Keynesian. Pretty much we could trade this. So I'm going to do the bodies on this. I want to see a close above the bodies. That's what I would trade. Now, watch out for this upper level. 52-week high. And I also would put a level here. So that 52-week high is going to be resistance. I would put a zone right there. I want to put it here. Let's see. Because it includes that, that, and that. So let's cover this zone right here. You break here, you're going to watch this zone because this is where you may run into issues if you're trading BTC USD long. I close the trade above this level. I take the long trade. Money's coming into this BTC USD. All right. All right, traders. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you understand and learned a little bit. You could see what I really wanted you to understand and learn in the process was a lot of times when you see a market move and then consolidate and then it continues back the way it was going, those are kinds of things that you're going to look for. And you can see, you can understand it's consolidating because Keynesian is flat. Tenkan is flat. Then you get angulation, the market starts to move. Even without the indicator, once I get that angulation, I can see that market start to move. All right. So you don't need the indicator, but it is a good thing that helps you to understand and see that money is coming into the market. And as long as money's coming into that market, I want to be a buyer. When it's going out of that market, I want to be a seller. And then it lines up with my Ichimoku analysis and basically my Ichimoku bias. So Ichimoku bias, I wanted to be a buyer here. And in this case, it let me know I wanted to be a buyer here. And I wanted to be a buyer with Ichimoku, and I can see that. So hopefully that helped you out a little bit. Keep you on the right side of the market. What I try to say is when this is green, I shouldn't be going short. When this is red, I shouldn't be going long. So follow the color, look for your setup with Ichimoku, and then boom, There you go. Because what I'll look for is a pullback to Tenkan, pullback to Kijinsen, maybe a TK crossover, whatever kind of trade I'm looking for. All right. So I just look for those trades. I just use this to let me know the bulls are still in control with money coming into the asset. Okay. So hope that helped you guys out. And guys, guess what? Till next time, have a great one. God bless.